touch me again.
Don't touch her,
me again.
Don't touch her, motherfucker.
I'll
pop him in the motherfucking nose.
Touch me again. I'll choke you out, motherfucker. What you do?
You don't hear anything. You understand me, boy? Maria, rip your head.
Hey!
Fuck with me, boy.
You get that sorry piece of shit out of here.
Skull fuck.
Hey, Michael, stop.
Get that piece of shit out of here. You gotta bring that piece of ass motherfucker down here.
What I'm about to say may sound like a foreign language to those who don't like to listen to others who think differently from them, but even if we disagree, I hope nothing bad happens to you. I don't advocate for you to suffer. I don't hope you fail in life. I don't hope you see any form of misfortune. I hope you succeed in whatever it is you want to do. Now, I know someone's going to sit there and be like, well, not me. I hope you all suffer. That's you and your insecurities. That's got nothing to do with me. I hope everybody who has the chance to make something of themselves, whether if they agree with me, whether if they hate me, whether if they think differently from me, I hope you all succeed in what it is you want to do in life. For what reason did somebody decide to wake up and go to wherever this dude was and throw eggs at him? What reason could you have to think that that's okay, that's tolerant, that's accepting, that's inclusive, that's something that brings us all together? Now, I could understand this dude saying something that displeases you and it makes you feel a certain way and it makes you think that he's going to destroy your very livelihood. But honestly, why is that your right avenue? Why is that the direction you want to go in with this person? Why not try to have a conversation with him? Why not try to get somebody who supports your beliefs to have a conversation with them? Why not sit down and actually structure something to where you can articulate your points to them, a third party, or someone who has more power to actually reach this person? Why was throwing things at him the obvious and more accepted approach? And I know what someone's gonna say, it's because he thinks differently. And it's not because I already know that. It's because there's an article out where it's apparently him being a black white supremacist. That's all I need to know as to why any individual would think it's acceptable to see a white woman throwing an egg at a black dude and thinking that that's all okay. And for the people that think that's okay and think that's acceptable, I don't really want to hear anything from you the next time one of these individuals comes out of nowhere and claims that they got jumped by two people who had a Subway sandwich, and then you automatically think it's a white person, and then you make all these different hashtags because a bunch of people claim that they don't care, and you feel like you have to be the standard bearer and stand up and be, hey, I'm fighting for black people, because that's the obvious route you take when it fits your narrative. It shouldn't have to be a narrative game. You could sit there and see the obvious bad and say it's bad and go about your day. You don't have to grandstand. You don't have to fight for justice. You could just say that's bad. And for some reason, there's this weird pushback and weird silence because it's been hours and I'm not seeing the national outrage. I'm not seeing the public disgust. I'm not seeing the hashtags. I'm not seeing all these justifications. I'm not seeing the outright news articles claiming that this white supremacist is trying to silence a black dude. And I could sit here and wonder why, but I already know why. It's because he thinks different. It's because he's probably someone who's a Republican or whatever. He doesn't hold the same viewpoints as the people who claim to be marginalized. So obviously he's public enemy number one. And guess what? If he has different opinions, cool. If he's got something that makes you feel a certain way, cool. Figure out a way to beat him. Make sure he doesn't get elected. Don't throw things at him and think that that's a victory. That's not. That's embarrassing. Whatever cause you support, congratulations. You're the mascot as for why more people will not trust anything related to your cause. You in this picture with that hair and that gorilla mask, I hope you're happy because now people are going to use you as the reason for why not to trust any of these groups that speak on being marginalized and oppressed and fighting for justice. So congratulations. You've done a disservice to your own movement. And to think that all these these people who claim to be about inclusivity and making sure everyone feels accepted, it's seemingly okay to throw eggs at a dude who just spouts something that's a little bit different. Why is that acceptable? Again, and I keep repeating that because I want to instill it in all these idiots who are going to write me paragraphs saying, well, he said something that made me feel bad, so obviously this is something that's warranted. He's not black enough. He's not this enough. He doesn't understand the plight of black people. And it's like, why, if all those things are true, why is it acceptable to throw an egg at him and allow someone who is white to embarrass your own movements and talking points? What's the gain from that? What are you hoping to get after this moment? You're not going to get any more support. You're going to get more people criticizing you. You're going to get more people assuming that all of you advocate for things like this. It's embarrassing because you don't call out the obvious bads and you sit there in stone silence. But if someone was to sit there and say, this garage door pull is a noose, you'll come out of nowhere and say, this is a form of supremacy. You'll complain about milk being for white people. You'll say all these different things about all these different things being white. And it's just like, it's embarrassing. There's no gain from this. You're not succeeding. You're not helping. You're only hurting. And this moment, congratulations, it's going to lead to more divide because a lot of people don't want to call out the obvious bads. If you call out the obvious bads, people won't sit here and assume that you're okay with throwing eggs at people who think differently. People will actually see that you're not this group of people who is only jumping when it's convenient. They'll see you as someone who actually will hold conversations with individuals who think differently and not just scream all these different names so that you can get some likes on Twitter. It's embarrassing, and I hope this gets you all to say one thing. It's bad to throw eggs at people who disagree with you. It's bad to throw eggs at people who think differently from you. It's bad to even demonize or attack somebody because they think differently from you. And if you can't say that, if you can't admit to that, don't complain the next time someone does something that goes with your narrative, and a lot of people don't even care anymore. Because that's what happens when the hypocrites run the show. Bye.